Hey, this is Dave Gleason, head coach at Athletic Revolution in Pembroke, Massachusetts. And what I have with me here today is a 5-foot long piece of PVC pipe. It's an 1.5 inches thick. So it very closely mimics the thickness of an Olympic bar or a training bar. And it's a great teaching tool in terms of teaching technique. I was just using this yesterday with my 10 to 13-year-olds. So I wanted to do a quick video for you to explain why and what you might be able to use it for, in your programming to help teach specific skill sets to your 10 to 13-year-old kids. Now, why would I want to use a bar to teach a 10 to 13-year-old young athlete anything? For one thing, things like squatting, front squats, back squats, deadlifts, unbelievable tool to teach the skill sets involved with that activity. What I use it for a ton on is hip hinging, okay? We used it for hip hinging yesterday as a basis or a foundation to move on to other things, which we'll eventually be teaching, yes, some Olympic lifting to 10 to 13-year-old kids. Now, why would we want to do that? Well, I know that most of these kids, when they get to high school, are going to be required to do that. So from my standpoint, from a neurological standpoint, I want them to know what to do before they get paired up with a senior and are just asked to 1 rep max on a clean or a snatch. Now, if you've ever taught an Olympic lift, you know it's very complex and it can take weeks and months to actually get the technique down. I mean, it's something that is actually never ending. You're always trying to improve your technique. But if we can start with the basis of a hip hinge, basically getting into an athletic stance, teaching them how to set their feet, hinge those hips back so that they can produce force, and from a neural standpoint get that feeling down, then we can move on to other things. So think about teaching some of your bar skill work with a PVC pipe. I put black tape on the end of it, I'm just noticing now, to mention it to you just as a reference point. So when they're going to grab the bar, they can start to think about having their hands placed in certain spots, and you have something to reference them back to. So that's about it. Just a quick video on why you'd want to use a PVC pipe and how that applies to potentially your programming for 10 to 13-year-olds in your area. Now, believe me when I say, if you want to really learn about Olympic lifting, especially as it relates to younger athletes, anywhere from 10 years old all the way up to your high school kids, you need to check out the International Youth Conditioning Association. The resources there are absolutely incredible. They have world experts on things like Olympic lifting and how to coach it to young athletes, like Will Fleming from Bloomington, Indiana. Outstanding resources there. So when you get the chance, it's iyca.org. You'll learn how to take a child from a foundational level all the way up to where they can do cleans and snatches, not only safely, but very, very effectively, reducing their chance of injury, and also think about the performance enhancement you can get from activities like that. So again, just a quick video for you on skill development, why we use a PVC pipe, and a resource for you on where you can get more information. Hope you're doing great, and we'll talk to you again very soon. This is Dave Gleason.